Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to look at a sample that I got with a bottle purchase from Dua called Spice and Vanille, and I've been wearing this one the past couple of days. I wore it today at work, I think for the first time. And this one is considered a unique original fragrance from Dua. A lot of times they do inspired fragrances. This one is supposed to be a unique fragrance for them, and I thought it would be an interesting and fun one to try for the cooler weather between Thanksgiving and Christmas because of the name and everything. And the notes, a ton of notes listed here: bergamot, orange, cherry pepper, green pepper, saffron, caraway, ginger, coriander, red chili, allspice, cinnamon, clove, bay leaf, immortelle, jasmine, fenugreek, brown sugar, benzoin, tobacco absolute, tolu balsam, sesame, cedar, musk, and vanilla. And I don't believe anybody else has talked about this one either on the website of Dua or on YouTube, so I guess my opinion is the first, which is always a fun thing to do. So they classify this one as an amber fragrance, and I can see why, because it does have a very ambery feel to it. So I get strong amber vibes here, not so much straight up vanilla. It almost has like a Serge Lutens kind of a feel to it. Some of their fragrances rely heavily on ambers, so this one kind of has that kind of a feel to it. I don't really care for ambers too much, so my thoughts on this one are pretty much mediocre to underwhelmed. It does almost have like a baked cookie vibe as well. Baked cookie from the brown sugar and the vanilla. Maybe a little bit of a Christmas candle kind of a vibe to it as well because of the spicy vanilla. But yeah, I get a lot of amber here, like an amber floral. There's jasmine here, which is a white floral. So picture like an ambery floral fragrance with sort of like the spicy, gourmand Christmas cookie / Christmas candle kind of a feel. And that's pretty much the overall effect you're going to get from this fragrance. I was hoping for maybe something along the lines of like a spice bomb or a tobacco vanille, but unfortunately I didn't get that vibe at all, and they weren't really trying to go for that vibe. They were trying to go for some kind of a spicy, kind of an exotic spice trade kind of a feel here, and it does sort of have that exotic feel to it. So if you like exotic ambers, you like something sort of spicy, sweet, ambery, vanillic, maybe a bit unique as well because of all the different notes in here. This one is certainly one you want to check out. Unfortunately, it wasn't my style. I don't really like ambery fragrances too much. Occasionally gourmands, perhaps, or vanillas, or spicy vanillas. The tobacco here as well seems to kind of get lost in the amber, so I'm not getting strong tobacco vibes either. So, yeah, for me, sort of a pass. I could picture this being sort of like a 40 to 50-year-old woman, executive type, looking to make a strong impression with an ambery, sweet, spicy fragrance. That's kind of how I feel. I'm sure a lot of guys might like this one. If you like your ambers, but pretty much for me, I don't like ambers too much, so it's a pass. And it is pretty strong. I remember I put this on at work, and I was wearing my mask over top, and it was getting a little bit cloying, so I actually tried to wipe some of it off with soap, and even then I could still smell it. So yeah, it's pretty strong as well. So definitely try before you buy. You can get the travel sprays, I think, on this one instead if you don't want to risk the full-size bottle. But definitely if you're into like spicy, sweet, ambery fragrances with sort of a Christmassy, fall, winter vibe, this one might be something to check out. Slightly gourmand as well. So let's get into my final scores. For me, though, the smell, I'm going to give it 5 out of 10, mostly because I don't care for the ambers, and I don't really like the Serge Lutens type fragrances that I know many people out there do love, but for me, not so much. I'd much rather go with a Spice Bomb Extreme, or maybe even Tobacco Vanille, even though that one might not be something that I consider full bottle worthy either. Projection longevity, like I said, it's pretty strong. Ambers tend to be strong like that, and this one's no exception. We'll say 9 out of 10. We'll give you the whole day, 8 to 10 hours. Versatility, 7 out of 10. I think mostly cool weather, probably even better outdoors than indoors because it is kind of strong and can possibly choke somebody out if they're not careful with the sprays. Uniqueness, I'll say 7 out of 10. A lot of unique notes here, but a lot of emphasis on the amber and some of the spices, and a lot of spices coming through were pretty much like the ginger and the cinnamon. Price point, 30 ml, $60. Overall for me, I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 because I didn't really care for the amber. effect here. But if you're into ambers, like the Surge Latens type ambers, something good for Christmas, sweet, spicy, this one might be one to check out and add to your list of things to try, especially now that they have those travel sprays available on Duo as well. Spice and Vanille, it's called. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.